Hi, I'm Nayeli. I've spent the last 5 years climbing the corporate ladder at Jenkins Marketing, finally landing that executive position I've been working toward. Today should have been a celebration after closing the biggest account of my career. Instead, I'm standing on the sidewalk staring at garbage bags. My suitcase still sat beside me as I tried to process the scene. Black trash bags, at least a dozen, were piled at the end of the driveway. And there at the gate stood my mother, Diana, with that smirk I'd grown to dread since childhood. "What's going on? What is all this?" I gestured at the bags, my voice rising despite my attempt to stay calm. "Your things. I need my space back." Diana folded her arms across her chest, blocking the gate entrance. "My space too. We agreed I'd stay to help you after your surgery. I've been paying half the mortgage." "Plans change. I've decided to reclaim my life." I dropped my suitcase and approached the pile, tearing open the nearest bag. My clothes were stuffed inside, not even folded. Designer suits I'd carefully hung were crumpled together with my everyday wear. "You can't just throw me out. This is my house too since Dad left his half to me. You abandoned me for that business trip. 10 days. Who was supposed to take care of me? You were cleared by the doctor 2 months ago. You told me you were fine." 6 months earlier, Diana had called me sobbing about chest pains. The diagnosis wasn't as serious as initially feared, but I'd moved back home anyway, left my apartment, put my life on hold, and now this. I tried the front door, locked, then noticed the new deadbolt. "You changed the locks? Are you kidding me? It's time you found your own place. You're 32, for God's sake." I pulled out my phone with shaking hands and called Carlos. "Hey, Carlos, I need you. I'm at my mom's and I can't even explain. Can you come with your truck, please?" 20 minutes of tense silence later, Carlos pulled up in his pickup. One look at the scene and his usual smile vanished. "What happened?" "Diana decided I don't live here anymore. Apparently, while I was landing the Jefferson account, she was bagging my life." Carlos approached the gate. "Mrs. Rodriguez, this isn't right. At least let Nayeli get her things properly." "She can take what's in the bags. Anything else stays with the house." I frantically searched through more bags, the reality sinking in. My laptop was there, thankfully, but something felt wrong. "My documents box. It's not here." I turned to Diana. "The metal lockbox with my birth certificate, passport, investment papers. Where is it?" "I haven't seen any box." Her expression shifted slightly. "Don't lie to me. It was in my closet behind my winter boots." "You must have misplaced it." Carlos put his hand on my shoulder. "We'll figure it out. Let's get these loaded first." As we packed his truck, a cold realization washed over me. This wasn't just Diana being difficult. The missing documents, that calculating look in her eyes. This was something else entirely. Carlos's spare room wasn't much, but it beat sleeping in my car. 3 days after being kicked out, I was still wearing clothes straight from those garbage bags. Wrinkled, but clean at least. "You sure you don't want me to go back there with you? Your mom's acting crazy." "No, I need to handle this myself, but thanks for letting me crash here." I scrolled through my emails, trying to focus on work instead of my imploding personal life, when a notification popped up. A real estate listing. My house. Our house. With pictures I'd never seen before. "What the hell? She's selling the house!" Carlos leaned over my shoulder to look. "Can she even do that? Didn't you say your dad left half to you?" "Exactly. She can't sell without my signature unless—" My missing documents. The cold feeling in my stomach intensified. My phone buzzed with a text from an unexpected source. "Elena, my mom's friend for 20 years. Need to talk. Not at my place. Coffee shop on Willow St. 2 p.m. Don't tell your mother." The message was bizarre enough that I agreed. When I arrived, Elena was already there, nervously checking the door. "Thank you for coming. I don't have long." "What's this about, Elena?" "It's Richard, your mother's new boyfriend. He's not who he says he is. The guy she mentioned a few times? I've never even met him. She's been seeing him for 4 months, since right after her health scare. He's convinced her that you're trying to take advantage of her, take the house." That's insane. I moved back to help her. I know, but Richard needs money. He's got gambling debts. He's been whispering in her ear, telling her to protect herself from you. My head was spinning. So he convinced her to throw me out and sell the house? There's more. She's been telling everyone you abandoned her, that you stole money from her accounts. What? That's completely false. Elena slid her phone across the table. She sent this to our whole church group. The message painted me as an ungrateful daughter who'd tried to force my mother out of her own home. Dozens of sympathetic replies followed. After Elena left, I drove straight to my bank. The accounts my father had set up for me were still there. But something was wrong. There had been login attempts from an unknown device, and a change of address form had been submitted. Not by me. By evening, I'd called every family member and close friend. The picture became clearer with each conversation. Diana had been systematically destroying my reputation for months. I couldn't avoid a confrontation any longer. I drove to the house, parking across the street. Diana answered on the third knock. What do you want? To talk about the house listing and the identity theft. Her face changed, softening into something that might fool someone who didn't know her. Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry about how things happened. I wasn't thinking clearly. I've been so lonely since your father died. Richard helped me see I needed to move on, get a fresh start. By stealing my identity? By lying to everyone we know? Those are misunderstandings. Come inside. We can work this out as a family. I looked into those eyes, the same ones that had watched me coldly as I stood among garbage bags. No, there's no misunderstanding. You're selling property that's half mine. You're using my personal information, and you're going to regret it. The next morning, I marched into Marcus's office at Jenkins Marketing without an appointment. My boss looked up from his computer, surprised. I need your help, and possibly a lawyer. Sit down. What's happening? I laid out everything. The eviction, the house listing, the identity theft attempts. My mother's boyfriend is using her to get to my inheritance and my credit. I can't let them get away with this. Marcus leaned back in his chair. My sister-in-law specializes in elder law and property disputes. But honestly, what you need first is evidence. How do I get that when I can't even get into the house? You need to make them reveal their plan voluntarily. People like this always want more than they already have. That's when the idea hit me. The Jefferson account I'd just landed involved a new investment platform. Exclusive, high return, limited access. What if I dangled something they couldn't resist? A special investment opportunity? You're thinking of setting a trap? That's risky. So, is doing nothing while they steal my identity and sell my house? I called Carlos during lunch. I need your help setting up some equipment. Think you can get your hands on recording devices? Already ahead of you. Found a security cam in your trash bags. It still works. They didn't know what it was. Perfect. I'm going to reach out to my aunt first. She needs to hear my side before Diana poisons her completely. My Aunt Lucia agreed to meet me for dinner that night. After hearing everything, she pulled out her phone. I'm forwarding you the emails your mother sent me. Claims you threatened her, demanded the house. I didn't believe it. It didn't sound like you. But she was so convincing. She's always been good at that. Did she mention her boyfriend Richard? Only that he's been supporting her through this difficult time with her ungrateful daughter. I spent the next day researching Richard Martinez. With Carlos's tech skills and Marcus's business connections, we uncovered disturbing patterns. 3 different women in the past 6 years, all recently widowed or divorced, all with sudden financial problems after meeting him. He's got a system, Carlos said, pointing at the screen. Gets introduced through community groups, builds trust, then suggests investment opportunities or home refinancing. And then disappears with the money, I finished. We created professional-looking brochures for our fake investment opportunity, Triple Crown Properties, offering exclusive early access to a development near the coast. The projected returns were impressive, but just plausible enough. I called every family member who'd received Diana's lies, methodically rebuilding my reputation. Most were skeptical at first, but Elena backed me up, sending her own messages confirming my version. On Friday, I called Diana. I've been thinking about what you said, about working things out. Maybe we can talk. I just landed a major client with an investment opportunity. Early investors are seeing huge returns. You want to have dinner? Talk about it? Sunday. I'll bring the prospectus. Richard should come too. As I hung up, Carlos finished setting up the recording equipment in my bag and car. You sure about this? What if they see through it? They're too greedy not to bite. The trap is set. Now we wait for them to walk right into it. Sunday dinner felt surreal. I arrived at my childhood home as a guest, the hidden microphone under my blouse capturing every word. Diana introduced me to Richard. Slick hair, expensive watch, practiced smile. So tell us about this investment opportunity. Your mother says you've really moved up in that company of yours. I slid the fake prospectus across the table, watching Richard's eyes light up at the projected returns. Only select clients get access. But family first, right? I could get you in for $50,000. Richard whistled. That's steep for an initial investment. The house sale should cover it easily, plus some. Speaking of which, how's that going? Diana shot Richard a warning glance, but he was too eager to notice. We've had several offers already. Once we clear the title issue with your name, we'll close quickly. My name? On the deed? That could be complicated. Richard waved dismissively. Not really. Your mother found your documents. We just need one signature. You found my lockbox? After telling me you hadn't seen it? Diana jumped in. It turned up after you left. You were always so disorganized. And the credit card applications in my name? Those just turned up too? The room went silent. Richard recovered first. Look, your mother needs security. This house is too big for her alone. Once we sell it, we'll invest in properties that actually generate income. The Triple Crown opportunity is perfect timing. So perfect that you'd forge my signature on the deed? Access my accounts for the investment? Diana's face hardened. You owe me, after everything I've done for you. Like throwing my belongings in trash bags, or telling the whole family I tried to steal from you? Richard leaned forward. Family disagreements happen. Let's focus on the opportunity. Triple Crown requires immediate action. If you're not interested, your mother can handle it herself with the house proceeds. With my half of the house proceeds? Without my consent? Diana snapped. You'll sign if you know what's good for you. We've already used your information to secure the investment spot. You've already committed fraud using my identity? That's an interesting confession. I reached into my bag and pulled out the recorder, then nodded toward the window where Carlos sat in his car with the directional microphone. 3 weeks later, Richard stood before a judge for identity theft, fraud, and conspiracy charges. His previous victims came forward, each with similar stories. His investment business collapsed overnight. Diana received probation and community service for her role, plus a restraining order keeping her away from me and the house. Aunt Lucia organized a family meeting where everyone heard the recordings. Diana's social circle disintegrated as Elena shared evidence of her lies. With Marcus's lawyer's help, I secured full ownership of the house. I sold it 2 months later, using the proceeds to buy a condo downtown. Yesterday, Carlos helped me move the last of my things. No trash bags this time. You know what I learned from all this? I said as we unpacked. Toxic people count on you staying quiet, staying small. The moment you stand up for yourself, their power vanishes. To new beginnings, Carlos said, raising his coffee mug. And to leaving the trash behind. What would you have done if you were in Nayeli's position? Would you have completely cut off your toxic parent like she did? Or would you have tried to maintain some kind of relationship despite the betrayal? Where do you draw the line between family loyalty and self-protection? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences with toxic relationships and how you handled them. If you enjoyed Nayeli's journey to justice, hit that like button to help others find this story. And if you want more revenge tales of people standing up to toxic individuals, subscribe to the channel for daily uploads. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new story.